Hey guys, Rhonda here, RK3 Designs. I know we've all had it happen to where we get our flood coat done. It looks gorgeous, we turn the lights out and then we leave and we come back and there's a fly or a bug or some big dust bunnies in our finish, and it's something that we just, obviously can't live with. I had this top, poured the flood coat. The next morning I came out and there was a fly. So instead of trying to attack that at that exact minute, I knew that I was gonna let this cure for 30 days, and I knew I was gonna do a matte finish on this whole piece. So I wasn't really worried about hurrying up and sanding this down because I actually wanted it to be a little harder than doing it the day after I poured my flood coat, which there's other ways to take bugs out. If you still have a tacky finish, you can heat it up with a heat gun and things like that. But at this point, I have let this countertop set for a few days. It's pretty hard. And I took the sander and I sanded the fly out. And it was pretty deep into the flood coat, so when I sanded it, it caused a void, a divot. And so what I came back with is a little bit of product, mixed up the Stone Coat Countertop product, and I poured a little bit over the area that had the void, knowing that it was now gonna have a high spot here. But that's okay, because I'm gonna sand it down and then I'm gonna blend it in so that the whole top becomes one matte finish. I am so excited to announce that I'll be speaking at the Artisan Summit again this year in Vegas. I had a blast last year and I'm so grateful to get a chance to meet more of you. The Artisan Summit will be a 2-day conference where you'll learn from artisans in a variety of industries what methods they use to follow their dreams and build their own life. Go to rk3designs.com/Artisan Summit to get your tickets and reserve your spot. I cannot wait to see you guys there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start off with 220, and on my homemade vacuuming system, I've hooked up my shop vac to my sander. And so, because I don't want a lot of dust in here, I do most of my sanding out in the woodworking area. This is my actual part of my studio where I give classes and where I pour, so I don't want it to get super dusty in here. So I've hooked up my vacuum. So I'm gonna start with 220, and then I'm gonna work my way up to do a 4000, and I'm actually gonna matte finish this whole countertop for the customer. But right now, we're just gonna do one small area. Anytime you sand anything that's gonna be very fine particles, you don't wanna be breathing that stuff, so hence. So the 220 sandpaper is gonna have quite a bite. So that's what I want to use to get my surface level again. You wanna be really careful that you don't, as you start getting closer to being level, that you don't just use the edge and start gouging it. At that point, when you start seeing that you're getting level, you wanna go flat and really start moving your sander back and forth so that you start incorporating the area around the area that you're trying to level out so you don't get waves. All right, so then you just kind of start slowly taking that area around it and kind of blending it all in. This whole countertop, I'm going to do a matte finish on it. I'm just doing a small section right now to show you guys how I fixed it. But this is also something that you can do if you have a countertop that's been in a kitchen for a while and it's been damaged. You can sand down that damaged area, and then as you bring up your sandpaper, different grits, you're just gonna start blending it until everything matches again. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So I'm gonna go a little farther, one step farther, and I'm gonna start kind of going a little bit bigger with my 220, and then I'm gonna start bringing that up to a matte finish. Anytime I switch sandpapers, I want to clean that area off. So this is just water. So I've cleaned this area off, and now I'm going to go to the next higher grit. So this was a 220, 320. Okay, so I've worked my way up with my sanding pads from 220 to 320, 400, and 600. So now I've got myself a pretty smooth finish. You can't even tell at all where that high area was or the low area was that I filled in. Okay, so these are Aberlon pads. I get them off of Amazon. Also, Stone Coat Countertop has kits. You'll find those in the links on my website. So we're going to start with 500 first. Then we'll go up to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and ending with 4,000. Once you do that 4,000 pad over here, it is going to be so incredibly smooth. It's like nothing that you've felt before. You think that the high gloss is smooth. When you take a finish and you bring it from a 220 to a 4,000, it just is incredible. It feels like real stone. So most of my countertops that I do, I almost always put a matte finish on them. Okay, so we're gonna start with the 500. Now, I don't necessarily have to wear a mask on this one because I find I don't really have much dust at all. But what I do wanna do is before I get started, I've been keeping my area pretty clean with water, but I'm gonna come in here with alcohol now. And I'm just gonna kind of start fresh. Really get this area clean. Because now I'm really working on the finish. All right, so starting with 500, I am gonna add a little bit of water. I don't use a lot of water, but just a little bit. I'm gonna come back with my 1,000 grit. Wet it down a little bit. And as you start going up in grit, you're gonna find that your sander just starts to float across the top. And that's how you know you're really getting a very smooth finish. If your sander grabs or kind of, it acts like it's not really wanting to go very smoothly, you may wanna go back down a grit and work on that area and then build it back up. I like to clean in between. And also you'll notice after each grit, as you get higher, you're taking less and less of that dust off of there because you're not producing as much dust. And I know that obviously the camera can't pick this up, but it is so incredibly smooth. Feels like a real piece of stone. All right, so we're gonna go with the 3,000. Okay, so our final pad will be the 4,000 pad. And at this point, guys, it is, I really wish y'all could reach through that camera and feel this. but it is so incredibly smooth. The 4000 is just gonna kind of put that finishing touch on it. And then I'll be ready when I get ready to do the rest of the countertop. I'll just blend all this in, and then I'll go over the whole thing one more time with the 4000, make sure everything matches. Okay, so I've taken it up to a 4000, and then what I like to do is once I install it, I'm at the homeowner's house and I've installed it, and I have fingerprints all over it and all that good stuff. I like to, final thing I do is take an old worn out 4000 pad that really has no grit on it at all, and I'll take that, and a product that Stone Coat sells is called Liquid Smooth. This is what I like to use. I'm sure there's other things out there that you can use, but I'll just kind of spray. It smells fabulous. Take that and then just work it in. Incredible. It absolutely feels incredible. On a high gloss finish, say I'm not going to do a matte finish, but I have a few little dust bunnies in there and just maybe it doesn't just look pristine, I'll take a 4000 pad, a used one, and I'll put the Liquid Smooth over the high gloss. I'll buff that, and a lot of times it'll take a lot of those surface bunnies off of there. And again, it gives an incredible smooth finish. One thing I did want to mention about these Abralon pads, they're only good for about 30 square feet. So kind of before you start your job, make sure that you have plenty of these pads on hand. Like I said, 30, 40, if you're pretty used to using them and there wasn't a lot of, I guess, flaws in the top, you can probably squeeze out 40, but I would suggest about 30 square feet on these. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, hit our bell for future notifications, and subscribe to our channel. You can also sign up for our newsletter on my website, www.rk3designs.com.